What's good, world? It's your boy Hitman D coming at you live with another video, man. Ronda Rousey once again strikes. She once again strikes. Taking shot at another female wrestler. Taking a shot at Stephanie Valkyrie. So, alright, man, I'm about to make this video. I'm about to go to hell in and give her this work once again. Because as you can see, the topic of my video, yes, she needs to shut the fuck up. But apparently she doesn't know how to. So I just give her this work again. Well, Tiffany Stratton and Stephanie Valkyrie came off a great match at Crown Jewel, and Stephanie Valkyrie won. She won the women's Crown Jewel championship, whatnot, right? Okay. It was a phenomenal matchup, outstanding contest, solid contest between the two. Both of them are two of my favorites, as I said before, but I do like Tiffany Stratton better, and I more so wanted Tiffany Stratton to win to become the women's Crown Jewel champion. But like I said, take nothing away from Stephanie Valkyrie. You know, Stephanie Valkyrie is the one who came out on top, and I was excited about it. I was all for it, and I congratulated Stephanie Valkyrie in the highest way possible, because I'm a fan of Stephanie Valkyrie as well. I'm a huge fan of Stephanie Valkyrie. So I gave her a great standing ovation. I did a short clip video about her on I did a short clip video about her on YouTube, about her getting it done and winning the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. You know, she's definitely born to be a champion, whatnot. But Ronda Rousey takes a shot at her, saying she's overrated. And I'm like, Ronda Rousey, who the fuck you to call overrated? At least, unlike Stephanie Valkyrie, she earned all of her titles. You came to the main roster and automatically got handed a title opportunity. Came to the main roster, got your first WrestleMania match, didn't earn a damn thing. Stephanie Valkyrie is one of the hardest workers in WWE. Every title that she's won, she's earned, unlike you did. You got handed the title opportunity. Stephanie Valkyrie clawed and scratched her way through and earned that title opportunity. So who the fuck you to talk about her being overrated? So with that being said, once again, Ronda Rousey needs to shut the fuck up. Because since you've been out of WWE, you go on podcasts and take a shot at people. First you took a shot at Alexa Bliss. Then you took one. Who else did she come for? Who the fuck else did she come for? Who else did she come for? Yeah, she came for Liv Morgan as well. And she came for AJ Lee. Now Stephanie Valkyrie. But Stephanie Valkyrie is arguably one of the best wrestlers in the women's division today. This woman can go in that ring. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to sit up here and say a lot of male fans be simping over her. They do. They do, to say the least. I be saying how a lot of wrestling fans be being you know what I'm saying, extreme, super thirsty over Stephanie Valkyrie. I didn't say how fans be drooling over her. But with me, that's not the case. I look at her talent. I don't just like Stephanie Valkyrie because of her looks and body like a lot of these male fans do, and they pretend that they support her because of her in-ring ability. But I know that's some bullshit. Just like a lot of these fans say they love Jada Parker so much because of her in-ring ability. They say they love Jada Parker so much because of her in-ring ability. But I know that is some bullshit. They like Jada Parker because they want to sleep with her. And with Stephanie Valkyrie, it's the same exact case. But at least Stephanie Valkyrie can actually wrestle. And not to take anything away from Jada Parker, she can too. But Stephanie Valkyrie is the better wrestler in my book. And I like Stephanie Valkyrie better than Jada Parker. So, Ronda Rousey now hate taking a shot at Stephanie Valkyrie. No, her and Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle running his damn mouth about the wrestling bill, and Matt Riddle, he needs to shut the fuck up. Both of them. Nigga, worry about OnlyFans. Do what you doing over there on OnlyFans. Nobody's not thinking about you in WWE. That's why his ass wants to take a shot at people in WWE, because nobody's not thinking about him. He's not relevant. I never liked him anyway. He always got on my nerves. But Ronda Rousey irritates me as well. Because what it comes down to, as I said before in one of my other recent videos, she's bitter. She's bitter because she's not relevant in the WWE. Like I said before, who the hell has been talking about Ronda Rousey ever since she left WWE 3 years ago? Hell, I'll wait. I wait. I wait for an answer. I wait for an answer. Has anybody, and I mean anybody, has been talking about Ronda Rousey, posting pictures about her, tagging her in stuff to keep her relevant, to let her know that she's still relevant, although she's been out of WWE for 3 years now. She left. Exactly. Hell no. And now she wants to take a shot at another star. She wants to take a shot at another star, another bright shining star that is 10 times better than she is. She couldn't hold a candle to Stephanie Vaquer, just like she couldn't hold a candle to Alexa Bliss, although she's won the matches. But Alexa Bliss is still 10 times better than Ronda Rousey, and it's not even close. Just like it is with Stephanie Vaquer, Alexa Bliss is 10 times better than Ronda Rousey, and it's not even close. And so is Stephanie Vaquer, and many more. So Ronda Rousey needs to shut the fuck up. Because it all comes down to her being bitter, because no one is not thinking about her. She's irrelevant. So she has to talk about these wrestlers to get some buzz. That's the only way she can get buzz, is to shit on another wrestler and discredit them. So now she comes for Stephanie Vaquer. You know? You know, when she's always, you know what I'm saying, she always got something to say about somebody. And not just that. When I posted the article of Ronda Rousey saying that Stephanie Vaquer was overrated, I shared a pic in my group of Ronda Rousey saying that Stephanie Vaquer was overrated. And a couple of comments popped up on my post. But you know what I'm saying? I talked about how Ronda Rousey needs to shut the fuck up. Stephanie Vaquer is 10 times better than her. At least unlike her, Stephanie Vaquer earned every last one of her title opportunities. She's earned them. She's earned them. She's earned them, you know what I'm saying? From hard fought matches, she earned them. She earned them all. Unlike Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey was handed the Raw Women's Championship, and she was also handed to get the privilege to be a part of WrestleMania. Didn't have to earn it like all the other female wrestlers and male wrestlers did. So now she wants to come for Stephanie Vaquer and hate on her, discredit her, saying she's overrated. Says Stephanie Vaquer is overrated when she's one of the most underrated female wrestlers in WWE today. Stephanie made her impact in NXT, and she's now making an impact on the main roster. If Triple H can manage to keep her book solid. But we'll just have to see. But another thing I was about to say, I was just about to say something. It'll come back to me. But this woman always got something to say about somebody. She always got something to say about somebody. I mean, who the hell else is next that she's going to say something about? Who else is next that she's going to talk about and try to discredit and put down? Who's next? Oh, yeah. Here's what I was going to say. Well, I posted the article of Ronda Rousey saying that Stephanie Valkyrie was overrated on the podcast, right? And I got 3 comments on my post. One of the comments came from somebody, and this dude is going to compare Bret Hart to Ronda Rousey, talking about how he's always complaining on all that kind of shit. First of all, Bret Hart is nothing like Ronda Rousey. Bret Hart can say whatever he wants because first and foremost, Bret Hart tells the truth. People can say what they want to say. Bret Hart tells the truth. See, Bret Hart is very vocal. Bret Hart is very vocal and upfront, and a lot of people can't handle that shit. Bret Hart is very vocal and upfront, and a lot of people, they can't, you know what I'm saying, handle that shit. They can't handle his vocalness because Bret Hart is not going to bite his tongue. He's going to call it like it is, just like he did with Triple H. And when he went in on Triple H, then everybody wants to talk about him, saying how he always whining and crying when he calls out when he does nothing but call out the obvious. When he talked about how Gunther couldn't wrestle, fans were talking about him, was mad about that, saying he always complaining, he always whining. When he told the truth about Gunther, all Gunther does is chops in his matches. Chops is not wrestling. And I want to say how Bret Hart complained he's always whining and all that kind of shit. And one of my Facebook friends that's in my wrestling group compared him to Ronda Rousey, saying how he's always complaining like Ronda Rousey is hating on wrestlers. No, get out of here with that shit. Miss me with that dumb shit. Bret Hart can say whatever he wants because Bret Hart, he's very, you know what I'm saying, Bret Hart is very vocal and he tells the truth. He tells the truth. And a lot of people don't like that shit, you know what I'm saying, about him. Because Bret Hart tells the truth. He tells the truth. He's going to call it for like it is. And he talks about how wrestling is not the same no more. Bret Hart is right. And people can sit up here and say, I'm defending this man all the hell, all they want to, and saying I'm just saying that because he's my number one WWF top favorite wrestler, and I didn't go against him for nobody in WWF. No, that doesn't have none of that doesn't have a damn thing to do with it. That don't even matter. It don't even matter. Bret Hart is hated by a lot of fans because he's very, you know what I'm saying, Bret Hart, he's you know what I'm saying, he's very vocal and honest, so, you know what I'm saying, he's hated by a lot of fans because he tells the truth. All he does is, you know what I'm saying, all he does is tell the truth. And people can't, you know what I'm saying, handle it. People can't handle, you know what I'm saying, his vocalness. They can't handle his vocalness. Now people seeing people doing podcasts about him and stuff, you know what I'm saying, dumping on him. And people wonder why, you know, he's still holding resentment towards Hulk Hogan and Goldberg. Do we not have a right? Do he not have a right? Hogan did him dirty at WrestleMania 9, and Goldberg ended his career in 1999 at Starrcade. I know accidents happen, but people, what many don't know is Bret Hart told Goldberg before the match even started at Arcade. I mean at Starrcade, do not hurt him. Those were his exact words, and Goldberg did the exact opposite of what he told him not to do. And people wonder why Bret Hart is still furious. He's still, you know what I'm saying, furious and angry at Goldberg about that. Yes, it was over 3 decades. It was over 2 decades ago. But does he not still? But does he not supposed to still hold resentment because of that? Because wrestling is something that Bret Hart always wanted to do. Wrestling was Bret Hart. That was Bret Hart had such a big passion for wrestling. Loved doing his job and making his opponents look good. And he tried to do that for Goldberg. And Goldberg kicked the man in the head and ended his career. I was pissed off. And I missed out on a lot of fantasy matches that Bret Hart could have had in the 2000s if they possibly would have brought him back to WWE. Bret Hart versus Kurt Angle. That's a top dream match right there. But another dream match that I always want to see when Bret Hart was in WCW was Bret Hart versus Eddie Guerrero, because those are two of my favorites. Although I like Bret Hart better. But Bret Hart versus Eddie Guerrero, even WCW Bret Hart versus Eddie Guerrero would have been a good match. But imagine Bret Hart versus the 2004 Eddie Guerrero when he was in his prime. That match would have cooked. Both of them are two of my favorites, and although I like Bret Hart better, I'm going to be honest. That match could have went either way. It could have went either way. Bret Hart versus Rey Mysterio. Another banger. And Bret Hart wanted to work with Rey Mysterio. Can you imagine those two colliding in the ring? That would have been a phenomenal contest, man. That definitely would have been one of my top favorite Bret Hart and Rey Mysterio matches. I say my top favorite Bret Hart and Rey Mysterio matches. Bret Hart versus the 2004 Eddie Guerrero. That would have been my top favorite Bret Hart and Eddie Guerrero matches, because all three of them are my favorites. Bret Hart, Eddie Guerrero, and Mysterio are three of my favorites, but I do like Bret Hart better than both of them. So Bret Hart missed out on a lot of matches that he could have had in the early 2000s and mid 2000s if they possibly would have brought him back to WWE. But I don't know if Bret probably would have came back. So about what that dude said about Bret Hart complaining like Ronda Rousey, miss me with that shit. Bret Hart tells the truth. Ronda Rousey is a stone cold hater. Big difference. Big difference. So now here she is hating on Stephanie Valkyrie. Don't want to give credit where credit is due. If it's anybody that's overrated, it's you. Just you exactly what Alexa Bliss said you was a long time ago. An overhyped rookie. Well, she did say overrated. She said overhyped. And I agree with that part as well. You're exactly what Alexa Bliss said you was, an overhyped rookie. Yeah, Alexa Bliss was right. Yeah, like Alexa Bliss said, you're an overhyped rookie. Facts on facts. Ronda Rousey is somebody else that hurt Alexa Bliss. She's the reason why Alexa Bliss was out for all that time. So Ronda Rousey, just listen. If you don't have nothing nice to say about the women's division, just stay the fuck out of the wrestling community. I read her stay the fuck out, because all she do is hate on wrestlers, take shots at female wrestlers. That's better than she is. That's better than she is. And like I said, it all comes down to her being bitter. Because no one in WWE is not thinking about her. Nobody, no fans at all. I don't see nobody on no social media account that I'm on posting pictures of Ronda Rousey and talking about her. And if some did, wrestling fans would laugh at them. I wouldn't. Well, in my mind, I'll laugh, but I'm not going to come for them. If they're a fan of Ronda Rousey, okay, fine. But who the hell be talking about her, though? Who be talking about her? Who keep Ronda Rousey relevant? I don't even have to wait, because I wait my fucking brain to start spinning around. Because nobody cares about Ronda Rousey. Nobody keep her relevant. No one cares. So she have to look for people. She had to look for people in the WWE Women's Wrestling division to discredit and put down. She have to look for people in the WWE Women's Wrestling division to discredit and put down. Because nobody's not thinking about her ass. She's irrelevant. She knows it. Now you want to take a shot at another one of the biggest stars in the WWE Women's division today. Stop it. Stop it. Stephanie Valkyrie is by far underrated. So yeah, man. Ronda Rousey needs to shut the fuck up. I mean, seriously. She always got something to say about somebody. She want to discredit the ones that's really good. They come out here defending Stephanie Valkyrie because I want to sleep with her. No, hell no. I know my place as a wrestling fan. Now, I be seeing these male fans online, saying that they want a devil's kiss by Stephanie Valkyrie. Look, listen. I know a lot of these male fans be simping over Stephanie. But I'm not one of those male fans. Yeah, that move she got the devil's kiss. Yeah, it's very it's sexualized. It is. I mean, you don't see me acting like I'm about to wet my damn self when she does that devil's kiss. Then I had a troll to come for me on Twitter because I posted a pic of Stephanie Valkyrie, you know what I'm saying, losing the title to JC Jane, but I congratulated her in the highest way on holding it down for NXT Women's Champion. And now she moved on to capture another title. And she liked my pic and reposted it on her page on X. And some troll quote my tweet saying I'm obsessed with her. I let him have it, and he didn't say shit else after that. So that's the thing, man. You don't catch me simping over Stephanie Valkyrie, man. I support her as a wrestler. That's it. Nothing more. Now you got Ronda Rousey hating on her. Discrediting one of the hardest workers in the WWE Women's division today by far. One of the hardest working female wrestlers in the WWE, women's division by far. Yeah, man. Yeah, Ronda Rousey, just shut the fuck up and leave people the fuck alone. Stop bothering people. If any fucking body overrated is you. If you and Stephanie Valkyrie was to have a match, I'm pretty sure everyone would definitely root for Steph. Hell, you probably wouldn't get you probably wouldn't even get no pop. You probably won't get no pop from the crowd. You wouldn't even get no reaction. Be funny if hell, it'd be so silent when you come out, damn crickets and shit, and birds start chirping. No one cares about her, and she knows this. Notice that's why she's taking shots at the biggest stars in the WWE, you know what I'm saying, women's division. She's taking a shot at the biggest stars. Took a shot at Alexa Bliss. Took a shot at Liv Morgan. took a shot at AJ Lee, and now Stephanie Valkyrie. She ain't got nothing else better to do than to be online discrediting female wrestlers that are actually good in the ring. Don't got nothing else better to do than to shit on female wrestlers. She ain't got nothing better to do than to shit on female wrestlers that is actually good in the ring. So, Ronda Rousey needs to shut the fuck up and get off social media and find something better to do with her time. Because the IWC wrestling community has went on completely without you. The IWC has moved on without you. The IWC community, the IWC has moved on completely without you. You know it, and you can't stand it, and you're bitter because none of these fans are not, know what I'm saying, thinking about you, nor are they posting pics of you. They're not doing any of that to keep you relevant. And you're bitter because the IWC wrestling community have moved on without you. So you got to get online and discredit the top female wrestling talent that is actually great in the ring. You do this to make yourself feel better, but not realizing you're setting yourself up to get cooked every damn time in the process. You're setting yourself up to get cooked. So y'all, I'm about to shut this thing down. Once again, Ronda Rousey needs to shut the fuck up. So y'all, I'm about to shut this video down. Let me know what y'all think in the comment sections about my take on Ronda Rousey saying Stephanie Valkyrie was overrated. So with that being said, it's your boy Hitman D, and I'm going to sign out.